Welcome to Master Your Money, Budgeting, Saving, and Debt-Free Living. I'm your host, Nate Tanner. On this show, we use the Triggator philosophy to help you build a spending plan that fits your life, stack up savings, and knock out debt without losing your mind or momentum. First, I want to welcome all you new listeners from Apple Podcasts. It took us a while, but we finally got on there. Now, as for today, I'm coming for one of the most dangerous lies in personal finance. Quote, if I just made more money, I'd be fine, close quote. Now, don't get me wrong. More income is great. More income gives you more options. But what if I told you that earning more money doesn't automatically fix your financial problems? In fact, sometimes it makes them worse. Why? Because of a sneaky little monster called lifestyle inflation. It goes like this. You get a raise, you feel good, you decide to reward yourself because you've earned it. A few months go by, and somehow your bank account looks like it did before, maybe even worse. The new paycheck came with new bills, new habits, new streaming services, new subscriptions, new treat yourself meals, and maybe a new car payment you weren't planning on. And suddenly, you're working harder, earning more, but still stressed. Today's episode is all about spotting lifestyle creep before it swallows up your progress, and learning how to use your new income to actually move forward, not just level up your Amazon cart. We'll break down how lifestyle inflation sneaks in when you're not looking, how to align new income with your Triggator triangle, budget, save, pay off debt, and how to create a spending plan that evolves with your income without letting it control you. So if you've ever gotten a raise and wondered why it didn't feel like a win, this one's for you. Let's get into it. First, the lie that feels like a win. Let's start with one of the biggest lies in personal finance, one that sounds empowering but quietly leads a lot of people into frustration. If I just made more money, I'd be fine. It's the internal monologue of people who are trying, who are working hard, who are watching the bills pile up and thinking, I don't need a miracle, I just need a little more breathing room. And then one day, you get it. You land that raise. You take on a new client. You finally close that freelance project or get a promotion that you've been gunning for. More money is coming in and you feel like you've made it. But then something strange happens. 2 paychecks go by and the money is gone. You're still tight, still stressed, still juggling payments. How? This is where the monster shows up. Enter lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation, also known as lifestyle creep, is the phenomenon where your expenses quietly rise to match your new income. It's sneaky, it's subtle, and it feels like progress until it isn't. Let me give you an example. You get a raise, let's say $300 more per paycheck. You think, awesome, I finally have extra to save. Then it begins. You upgrade your phone because, hey, you can afford the newer plan now. You add another streaming service because it's just $15. You say yes to more takeout. You're busier now, right? Your wardrobe starts shifting. You're doing better. You want to look like you're doing better. You upgrade your car. It's not extravagant, just a little newer, a little nicer. Individually, these choices might make sense. Together, you've just absorbed your entire raise, maybe even a little more. As the great comedian Jim Carrey once said, I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they ever dreamed of so they can see that is not the answer. He wasn't just talking about fame. He was talking about the illusion that more is always better. And in your finances, more income without more intention just leads to more problems. Here's some stats and the shock. A 2022 report from Payments found that 65% of consumers were living paycheck to paycheck, even among those earning 6 figures or more. That's not a budgeting issue. That's a lifestyle inflation issue. What starts as a reward becomes a requirement. What used to be a splurge becomes a monthly bill. We normalize the increase, build our lifestyle around it, And when the next raise comes, we do it again. The Triggator Triangle perspective. This is where the Triggator Triangle, budget, save, pay off debt, becomes your best protection. More money isn't the enemy, but if you don't direct new income intentionally, it will absolutely disappear. Here's how to flip the script. Budget. Adjust your spending plan when your income goes up, and don't just increase every category because you can. Add with intention. Save. Before your next lifestyle upgrade, ask, have I increased my emergency fund contribution? Am I stacking any new savings? Pay off debt. Use the momentum of a raise to wipe out debt faster. Think, if I throw my entire raise at that credit card for 6 months, what changes? Imagine putting just half your raise towards a goal. That's real progress. That's traction. That's Triggator in motion. Why this feels so tempting. Lifestyle creep happens because we believe we've earned it, and you have. We compare ourselves to others. Well, she drives a Tesla now. We mistake income for affordability. But just because you can afford the monthly payment doesn't mean it fits your spending plan or your priorities. Affording something isn't the same as aligning it with your values. The Triggator approach isn't about guilt, it's about clarity. Spend with purpose, celebrate wins, just make sure they're your wins and not someone else's Instagram highlight reel. So let's call out the lie. If I just made more money, I'd be fine. The truth is, if you assign new income to triangle goals, you'll actually move forward. But if you let lifestyle inflation set your plan for you, you'll stay in the same cycle with a fancier phone and more stress. Next up, we'll talk about how to spot lifestyle creep early so you can stop it before it eats up the raise you worked so hard to earn. Second, how lifestyle inflation sneaks in. In the previous section, we uncovered the deceptive allure of lifestyle inflation. The belief that earning more money will automatically solve all financial woes. Now let's delve deeper into how this phenomenon subtly infiltrates our lives, often without us even realizing it. Here's the subtle infiltration. Lifestyle inflation doesn't announce its arrival with grand gestures. Instead, it tiptoes into our lives through seemingly innocuous decisions. Upgrading your living space. The modest apartment that once sufficed now feels inadequate. A raise might prompt you to seek a larger, more luxurious home, increasing your rent or mortgage payments. Dining out more frequently. With more disposable income, the occasional treat becomes a regular habit. Dining out shifts from a special occasion to a routine, significantly impacting your monthly expenses. Subscription creep. You start with one streaming service, but soon you've subscribed to multiple platforms, each adding to your monthly bills. Vehicle upgrades. Your reliable car is replaced with a newer model, complete with higher monthly payments and insurance premiums. These incremental changes, while individually manageable, collectively strain your finances, often nullifying the benefits of your increased income. Let's look at the data once again. Recent studies underscore the prevalence of lifestyle inflation. Here's 3 quick studies. A 2025 report by MarketWatch revealed that 57% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, indicating that increased earnings don't necessarily translate to financial security. Bank of America's internal data from 2024 showed that 26% of households spend 95% or more of their income on necessities, highlighting the minimal buffer for savings or emergencies. Lastly, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported in 2023 that while average annual incomes before taxes rose 8.3%, expenditures increased by 5.9%. Suggesting that spending habits closely follow income growth. These stats illuminate a critical insight. Without intentional financial planning, higher income often leads to a proportionally higher spending, leaving individuals no better off than they were before. To illustrate the trap of unchecked lifestyle inflation, let's borrow a line from The Office, because who doesn't love a little financial advice from Scranton? I declare bankruptcy. Michael Scott. It's funny, it's over the top, but it reflects what happens when spending outpaces planning. You earn more, upgrade everything, and suddenly you're broke again, with fancier stuff and louder stress. On a more grounded note, motivational speaker Jim Rohn nailed the core issue when he said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you will fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Without intention, your income will start following someone else's script. The influencer lifestyle, the neighbor's upgrades, the subscription box that seemed like a good idea at the time. But when you're living the Triggator way, you assign your dollars before they wander off. Guarding against lifestyle inflation. Combating lifestyle inflation requires proactive measures. Number 1, automate savings. Before you have the chance to spend your raise, set up automatic transfers to savings or investment accounts. This pay yourself first approach ensures that increased income contributes to your financial goals. 2, maintain your current lifestyle. Resist the urge to upgrade your lifestyle immediately after a raise. Continue living as you did before, allowing the extra income to bolster your savings or debt repayment efforts. 3, regular financial reviews. Periodically assess your expenses to identify areas where lifestyle inflation may have crept in. Adjust your budget accordingly to align with your long-term objectives. 4, set clear financial goals. Having specific targets, such as buying a home or retiring early, can motivate you to allocate additional income towards these aspirations rather than transient luxuries. The Triggator Triangle in action. Integrating the Triggator Triangle, budget, save, pay off debt, into your financial strategy can fortify your defenses against lifestyle inflation. Budget. Create a detailed spending plan that accounts for your income and expenses, ensuring that discretionary spending doesn't overshadow essential obligations. Save. Prioritize building an emergency fund and contributing to retirement accounts, providing a safety net and long-term security. Pay off debt. Allocate a portion of your increased income to accelerate debt repayment, reducing interest burdens and freeing up future cash flow. By consciously directing your financial resources, you can prevent lifestyle inflation from undermining your progress. In summary, lifestyle inflation is a stealthy adversary that can erode the benefits of increased income. Recognizing its subtle manifestation and implementing strategic measures can help you maintain financial stability and achieve your long-term goals. Treat new income like it's already spoken for. The most powerful mindset shift is this: every dollar has a job, even the new ones. When extra income shows up, most people treat it like a blank check. But in your spending plan, it's just another inflow to be assigned. So treat it like groceries, gas, or an alligator. You don't let it sit around waiting to see what happens. Start by updating your spending plan with your new take-home amount. Then ask, what percentage of this should go to savings? Can I assign more towards debt or a specific alligator? Is there breathing room I want to build in? Write it down. Assign it on purpose. Otherwise, Amazon and DoorDash will assign it for you. Automate assignments before you see the money. One of the simplest ways to protect your raise from lifestyle creep is to set up automatic transfers or direct deposit splits before the money hits your main account. If your employer allows it, send a portion of your raise straight into a separate account for savings, emergency fund, or alligator expenses. That way, you don't have to even think about it. It's already working for you. Or, as Yoda might say, do or do not. There is no try. Don't try to remember to move the money. Just set it up and let it go. Even a simple automation like sending $100 from each paycheck to your savings account can snowball into serious progress without the friction of having to decide each time. Knock out high-interest debt. Got credit card debt? Use your raise to destroy interest before it drains you further. Whether you prefer the avalanche method, highest interest rate first, or the snowball method, smallest balance first, the key is to assign your new income to this debt before it hits you again. According to LendingTree, the average credit card APR is now over 24%, and that's as of 2024, the highest in decades. That means even a few $100s directed towards your balance can save you hundreds more over the next year. It's not punishment, it's power. The more you shrink your debt, the more future income you get to keep. Grow or start your emergency fund. Let's say your spending plan is already stable and your debt is under control. Great. What's the next step? Strengthen your safety net. A 2024 Bankrate study found that 56% of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency without using credit. That's a lot of stress riding on a single unexpected bill. Your extra income gives you a chance to flip that stat. Even setting aside $500 over a few paychecks can give you the peace of mind most people are missing. And remember, the emergency fund is not your catch-all savings account. It's the vault behind glass that says, break only in case of an actual emergency. Expand your alligator list. Let's talk about sustainability. If your expenses are still catching you off guard, you're not just dealing with a lifestyle creep issue, you're dealing with unfed alligators. Take a moment to update your alligator list. Are you preparing for car maintenance, annual insurance premiums, back to school season, holidays, that dentist visit that you've been accidentally rescheduling for 6 months? Use your raise to feed one of those alligators ahead of time, because if you don't, they'll show up hungry and take a bite out of your momentum. My personal pivot, what actually worked for me. Let me share something from my own journey. I gained much more when I applied my raises and windfalls to my triangle instead of my lifestyle. 2 specific decisions that helped shift my mindset and build real momentum. First, I increased my contribution to my retirement savings by the amount of my raise. After reviewing my spending plan, I realized I didn't need another streaming service, another membership, a new phone, and I definitely didn't need a new debt obligation. My needs were covered, I had room for some wants, but I didn't want to go overboard. So when I looked at my triangle, retirement was the winner. I repeated that same decision for 4 straight years. And now my retirement allocation is one of the strongest pieces of my financial plan. Second, I had a windfall after cashing out some stock options from a previous employer. And believe me, the temptations were real. A new car, a cruise to paradise, season tickets in the good seats. But I paused, and I realized my triangle was wobbly. My savings needed serious help. I had just started building my alligator funds, and they were draining my paycheck fast. So I used that windfall to fully fund what I now call my peace of mind savings. I covered my entire year of alligators upfront. Suddenly, I didn't have to scramble or catch up. I flipped those payment assignments into what I called maintenance mode, just enough to keep everything funded moving forward. Then I padded my emergency savings. And finally, I set aside a modest vacation fund, something meaningful but not overwhelming. That moment changed everything. It was the first time in my life I felt like I had truly mastered my money. I wasn't worried about what might pop up next month. No surprise expense was going to bite. No emergency was going to derail me. And that gave me more freedom, more clarity, and honestly, more joy. I worried about money less and enjoyed life more. Let's take a little wisdom from the Queen of Sass herself, Dolly Parton. who once said, "Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life." In our case, don't get so caught up in increasing your income that you forget to direct it with purpose. Spend with intention. Fund your goals. Build a life that reflects your values, not your paycheck. Give it purpose before it disappears. Finally, make it a rule. No raise goes unassigned. Whether you split it 50-50 between fun and finances, or put 100% into debt or savings for 6 months before easing up, what matters is this: you told your money where to go on purpose. That's how you break the cycle. That's how you make real progress. That's how your raise becomes more than just a number. It becomes momentum. All right, let's bring things home. If you've ever thought, I just need to make more money and I'll be fine, today was your reminder that more money doesn't fix bad habits. It just funds them faster. So here's your challenge. If you've received a raise, bonus, refund, or financial gift this year, assign at least a part of it to a Triggator goal. Budget, save, or pay off debt before lifestyle creep can grab it. Seriously, open your spending plan, assign it on purpose, and protect your progress. Don't let your raise turn into another monthly bill you didn't mean to create. And hey, I want to hear from you. Have you ever gotten a raise that disappeared without making a difference? What is the smartest thing or most ridiculous thing you've ever done with a bonus? Email me at podcast@Triggator.com or send me a message on social. I love hearing your wins and your wipeouts. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the podcast with one of your friends who got a raise and immediately bought a new couch, a new iPhone, and that dog stroller. Also, follow @Triggator on Instagram, X, and Facebook for more tips and motivational nudges. Coming up on the next show, Paycheck Hijackers, how tiny decisions derail big goals. We're looking at the little leaks, the $4 apps, the forgotten subscriptions, the just this once fast food stops, and how they slowly hijack your progress without you realizing it. It's going to be eye-opening and oddly satisfying. Remember, when your income increases, your wisdom should too. Let your money grow your goals, not just your lifestyle. Thanks for listening to Master Your Money, Budgeting, Saving, and Debt-Free Living. I'm your host, Nate Tanner. See you next time.